Hey guys, Chris Peterson here again, giving you another video commentary. Playing against a guy named Babbal, who's 1785, I suppose, and this is going to be a Stonewall, looks like. One of the more boring openings in chess, so we'll see. The main feature of the Stonewall is going to be his basically f4 and d4 pawns that basically have a rock-solid control over the e5 square. And the reason why it's really boring is because it's like the most solid opening in chess, basically. Because it's really hard to crack, so you have to try to do all kinds of pawn breaks and stuff to try to get into it. However, here, I don't think... I might have a little trouble guarding my e-pawn, but I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. If I have to, I can always trade on... I can play f5 and then trade on e5, which I think I'm just going to do that right now, so it's simple. And then, now he has to play f takes, and let's see. If I can get my knight to d5, I'll be doing good, so I think knight followed by knight a6 to c7 to d5 should be pretty good for me anyway. I don't know how good exactly, but it should be good enough. My knight will be very strong on d5. I've said it like 3 times, d5, okay, d5. My knight will be very strong on d5. One, it'll help mitigate his control over the long diagonal. Long light square diagonal here, g8, a2 diagonal, and 2, my knight will have control over a lot of squares in his camp, mainly e3. If I can get a lot of pressure on e3, I'll be doing very well, so that's what I'm going to do. And meanwhile, he's going to flounder around with his bad bishop, and I should have a very good position to work with. Especially if he plays b4, because b4 would just be an insanely bad move. Because like every pawn he has is on a dark square now, and his bishop's not even outside his pawn chain, so it's like extra bad. So yeah, let's see, what's the best way to get my pieces out? I could start taking over the d file, but as long as he has control over e3, I'm not going to be able to break through. So I need to figure out a new way to go about this. Because even though his bishop is very bad, his position's still very solid, because I can't really invade with my pieces. I can't infiltrate his position. So I guess maybe Queen g5 seems good to put pressure on e3. But that's pretty much all the pressure I can put on it right now. So I can't, because I won't be able to bring my my rooks into the game very easily. Okay, so he played b4, which is like a really bad move. So I played a6 to keep his pawns on the dark squares. Now, if he plays b5, I get to open the a file for my rooks, which means I can put more pressure on e3. Or even start taking over the 7th rank, which would be maybe even better than taking on e3. Although e3, once e3 is gone, I have a very good pawn on e4. So, yeah. Let's see if I can open up his king side a little bit here. Put more pressure on e3, I suppose. And now h4, and I can put pressure on his king side. So I'm kind of working both sides of the board with the main focus on trying to take over his, maybe pawn takes, and then knight f4 check, pawn takes, queen takes check. I don't really have a good follow-up, it looks like. Oh, maybe rook takes. Yeah, I think that might be good. Okay. Let's calculate it. Okay. H takes G3. h takes g3, knight f4 check. He has to take, otherwise he loses his queen, so pawn takes. Rook takes g3 check. If he goes king h1, obviously queen h4 check, queen h2, rook h3 is going to be winning for me. And if he goes, let's see, f2, rook g2 check is going to be winning for me. And if he goes king f1, then rook g1 check, rook g2 check will be winning. So I'll go into that, I think. It should be pretty strong for me. Oh, but my queen is hanging, so I have to do things with check. I didn't see that, so hopefully I'll still be doing as well as I thought. He can't go h2 because queen g4 is mate right away. Probably have to go to probably f1 because rook g1 check. Okay. I think it's checkmate here. Oh, I think it was checkmate no matter which way he went. Well, I guess he had to go to h1, so he didn't get checkmated. But this looks really bad for him. He has to block with the queen, and then it's checkmate. So I played that pretty well, I guess. My calculations were a little bit weird because my queen was hanging the whole time, but I knew everything was happening with check, and I didn't quite see that it was checkmate, but I knew it was really bad for him. But anyway, Stonewall, very boring. That's pretty much the gist of this video. But yeah, it was kind of neat how I penetrated all the way on his king side, even though he let me in on the queen side. So I thought that was kind of neat. But anyway, kind of a boring game for sure, but pretty nice ending, I would say.